We made it, folks. And here I am whistling in the studio. Some people say it's supposed to be bad luck to do that. I don't know if it is. Never really experienced either good nor bad luck from whistling, but I'm just throwing that out there. It's just a piece of folklore. How y'all doing? Good to see everybody as I'm pulling in the gate here and launching the flagship Paranormal Portal for yet another journey into the unknown, strange and wonderful worlds that surround us here. So, hi from Missouri. Hello to you, Susie Wright. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. Hello, Karen Alberding. Hello, everybody that's here. Great to see you. The crowd assembled over on Rumble pretty quickly tonight. Big D and Justin Good Earth are over there warming it up. Barbara Moore just popped in. Mark Eddy's over on Facebook, checking out the Facebook slot. Good to see you, brother. Hello to the Whistlers, he says. And hello to all of you. Hope you're having a good beginning to your weekend. It's just starting, so what could go wrong? I'm knocking on wood here. I don't know. Anything could go wrong at any time, but just keep smiling. Hi, Mom. Portal Mom's in the house. Hi. It's great to see you. Hey, Barry Anderson over on Facebook. Great to have you here, brother. And hello to Josie, John Temperin, 420 Man from the West. All of you guys. Carol Pack is here. Werewolf's here. Wonderful to have all of you guys here. We already hit 100 messages, and we just cracked the seal on this pig. So God only knows how far we're going to get. Maybe 10,000 messages tonight. I'm just saying. It could happen. But we've got a lot to get to. Sheldon will be along shortly. He says he'll be here tonight, so we got that going for us. And so that's good. That's good. Be kind of a reunion of sorts, I suppose. But hopefully you all are doing great. I do want to showcase something right off the bat, and it's a good idea. This is, I don't know if Jose is here yet or not, but every once in a while Jose sends me some artwork that he's working on through. I mean, he doesn't send it to me physically, but he sends me a clip to his DeviantArt. And I thought, you know what? Let's take a look at Jose's work, because the guy's working really hard, bringing these visions of his or his ideas to life. And I love artwork. I do artwork myself. I don't know if I'm an artist so much as I like drawing, painting, all of that stuff, sculpting. I'm passable at it, I guess. But it's just really neat to see what you guys are creating. So, ladies and gentlemen, from our own friend, Mr. Jose from the chat room, this is his. And there you go. This is one work that he did over on his DeviantArt, Jose 77 Sanchez. And I think this is like the Beast of Bray Road. It's the Lonely Road Diner, a.k.a. Beast of Bray Road. Yeah, that's his depiction of that. And he did, I guess, this one as... Did he do this one? Yeah, this is his too. That one's pretty cool. That's really cool. And then this one, I think that's more of a AI rendering, but still very cool. Very cool stuff. And you can check out all of his stuff. I'll put a link into the chats if you want to go browse Jose's work over on DeviantArt. That's really cool. So we'll do that. I don't know if he's here yet or not, but, in any case, I like to, give you guys as much promotion as I can. Because, I love that you include me in things that you make and send it over to me. And he said, Lon posts some of my work over there, and I'd love to make something for your show. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's a good idea. I think I'll just post it here, too, and let you guys see it. So that's Jose's work, and you can let him know what you think when you come in. Hello, Bonnie. Good to see you as well. Henry Dog is here. Andrew Gnome's Trucking Express is here. Awesome to have all you guys here. John Temperin. Excellent. Sharon Sunshine is here. Kitty Cattywhack. God bless you. God bless y'all. So that's the artwork corner. I've never really done that here on the live show before. I don't think. Maybe I have. But we're doing it again. So there's that. We got a lot to get to tonight, obviously. We're going to be getting to the news shortly. And then I think everything's all ready for that. No, I think I've been working all day on stuff. I'm just kind of a frazzled mess. I think I better pull up a little something more here for the news, because I only have 2 articles. At least need 3. That'll be kind of interesting. Let's check out that one. I'll actually pull up a few. Oh, wow. I don't know if that's important or not. Maybe not. Yeah, that's not a new idea, but we'll talk about it, I guess. Okay. Oh, yes, it can. That one will be fun too. All right, so I got a few new ones pulled up. We got a lot of news articles. Should be enough for tomorrow as well, so that'll work out perfectly. There we go. Got a bunch pulled up. We'll get into the news shortly, and then we'll dive into something else. I'm pretty sure I had something else pulled up here. Here it is. Yes, here it is. I got another article from Listverse. We're going to get into top 10 out-of-place artifacts. And if this is a concept you're not used to or not familiar with, like you've never heard of, they call them OOP-ARTs for short. It's out-of-place artifacts. So OOP-ARTs. And what those are is when people have found, and this is one of the great examples, machined aluminum on the same strata as they're excavating mastodon skulls, which is, I don't know, millions of years old, at least hundreds of thousands of years old, where they're finding machined aluminum. That shouldn't be happening, shouldn't exist naturally, and it's a very big curiosity. So that's an OOP-ART. That's an out-of-place artifact. It doesn't match that it should be sitting alongside mastodon skulls in some ancient fossil layer or debris layer anyway. So that's the kind of stuff I think are really interesting and fascinating, and does seem to suggest that time is maybe not as concrete and rigid as we think. Maybe there's slips going on where these pieces are transposed to different timelines, or maybe it suggests there were ancient civilizations that predate our known understanding of life developing here on this planet. So I guess we'll dig into some of those in a bit as well. And then we're going to get to the what the hell is that? I got several that I pulled up, and Chucky Danger sent me one on Instagram, and I just saw that before the show, so I pulled that one up. So, and then, oh, Sharon's going to be lurking. It's okay to lurk. Lurking is allowed. Hello, Delilah. Good to see you. And then we're going to get to, if there's time, the Cryptid Corner, and that'll about be the run for tonight. I mean, 2 hours just goes like that. It's just quick. There ain't no time, I'm telling you. Just ain't no time. Just next thing you know, it's time to go to bed. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on how late you stay up. But at any rate, now remember, I hope most of you guys came from Lon Strickler watching him live doing his Phantoms and Monsters radio podcast and live stream. And I hope that now you found your way to me for 2 full hours. And then after this, you gotta buckle up, because Dave Scott will be flexing 3 full hours on Spaced Out Radio, folks. So there's Fridays are just no joke here online, I'm telling you. And there's many other shows too, don't get me wrong, but these are the ones that I'm fully aware of and fully endorse. And there's tons of other shows I guess I could squeeze in there, but that's the lineup for Fridays. That's the golden lineup, in my opinion. So hopefully you guys support it. And support all 3 of these shows. Both Lon and Dave are exceptional people, and they've just do a hell of a job. I really think, I'm honored to be sharing the Friday nights with them, honestly. They both have exceptional shows. So, all right, let's, I guess, get started. We can hit with the news, and maybe Sheldon will show up at some point through the news developments. Oh yeah, thank you for posting that, Wizard Moon, posting the link to Spaced Out Radio. All right. Clearing the pipes. Let's get to, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the news. A little too dramatic? Is it okay? I don't know. We'll go with it tonight. It's time for the news. Here we go. Cue the stinger.
From every corner of the world, this is the moment everything changes. Breaking developments, global impact, real-time urgency. This is Paranormal Portal News, the most trusted news.
I guess I should balance that a little more. That is the new one made by Wes Germer. Wes sent me a new one. He's like, yeah, I made you a little shorter one. So I didn't really balance the sound very well. I think that was a little loud. Maybe it was okay. Yeah, that's a new intro. There's apparently he's working on even another one that'll be even a lot better. So But Wes is always creating all kinds of cool stuff, and honestly, I'm honored that he does it for me here on this show. So he's an incredibly creative guy. I don't know how much any of you guys know about Wes, but he's actually a very brilliant guy, and loves to dip his hands into lots of different things and lots of creative ventures. And he's very smart with technology and software. So he pulls those together for me, and God bless him for doing it. I really appreciate it. So making me look good. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate all the help I can get. All right. So, unknown to screw that. I'm going to do one better. We'll have dueling news intros. You got a purty mouth. Oh, no, wait, wrong show. Wrong show. Let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the news. This is the news desk here on the Paranormal Portal, and I'm your anchor, Brent Thomas, and we're going to dive into news articles dealing with news stories that hopefully won't exhaust you like all the other crap out there that makes you tired and just want to curl into a fetal position and go to sleep. That's my reaction to regular news. Hopefully this is more entertaining and informative and makes you feel better at the end of it. So let's check it out. Always throughout the course of the shows, we utilize a lot of different websites, and I just want to implore you guys. I announce every site we use and offer links if you guys want them. But please check out these sites. Please check them out because they're exceptionally well done, and they need your love as well. So your traffic does equal revenue and helps keep their lights on. I use these sites because they're the best ones out there. I've never found better. So I'm a bit of a snob in that regard, and there's more great websites out there, don't get me wrong, but please support them and please give them your love. So let's get to the first news story of the night, which is what is it, Brent? Well, let's find out. Here we go with the first one. This one's kind of interesting because, with the forthcoming flood and continual, I wouldn't say deluge, but at least continual streams of people from, that you wouldn't really think would be coming forward, are coming forward with, their stories of seeing things in the night sky, craft that don't match known aeronautical and physics, and are doing crazy things, and we don't know where they're from, how they're powered, or what the hell's going on, but they're here. Well, this is a person that I would thought would have some kind of information on this, because he's the creator and founder of SpaceX, which is actually making NASA look pretty stupid most of the time, because he whips things up into space in like a weekend and NASA needs like 15 years. So speaking of Elon Musk, and apparently he's sharing some thoughts on some of his thoughts on the extraterrestrial stuff. So I don't know. I just saw this headline just now and I'm like, well, we should talk about this. So let's talk about it. I have no idea what this is going to say. I cold read this stuff right along with you. I've not pre-read anything. So let's check it out and see what's going on here with the extraterrestrial files on unexplained-mysteries.com. Excellent website. And basically the home of all of our news. Elon Musk shares his current thoughts on aliens and consciousness. Well, let's see what Elon has to say. The SpaceX CEO recently spoke briefly about extraterrestrial life and humanity's future. While Elon Musk is regarded as something of a controversial figure these days, like him or loathe him when he speaks, people tend to take note, especially when it concerns his space exploration goals. Speaking at a panel with BlackRock CEO Lawrence Fink at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland earlier this month, Musk suggested that he was perhaps better placed than anyone else to find evidence of extraterrestrial life on Earth. And that said, however, he remains skeptical of the likelihood of this actually happening. What? Where is it? There it is. Disappointed? How come if they're lobbing that much stuff up in the air, they can't see things? But, pilots are seeing it. Military people are seeing things. Everyday people are seeing things. Professionals and lay people alike are seeing things. But he hasn't picked up anything on his stuff. Well, that's either a huge omission or He's just not looking. He just must not be looking. I don't know. It says we have 9,000 satellites up there, and not once have we had to maneuver around an alien spaceship. Yeah, I don't think they have trouble avoiding our satellites. I don't know. Bottom line is we need to assume that life and consciousness is extremely rare, and it might be only us. I don't think we need to assume that. If that's the case, we need to do everything possible to ensure the light of consciousness is not extinguished. Fair enough. I like that point, but that's all life everywhere. Describing consciousness as a candle in a vast darkness, he emphasized the importance of colonizing other worlds to ensure that humanity survives in case of a disaster on Earth. Yeah, I like that. That's the purpose of SpaceX, he said. This isn't the first time Musk has touched upon the topic of alien life. Back in 2022, he noted that he hadn't seen any evidence of aliens, but would be sure to tell everyone if he ever did. I'll definitely tell you if there's aliens, he said. Well, let's hope so. I mean, I think it's only a matter of time. I don't know how many things are here. I don't know. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of things that are visiting us or participating with us, and we don't know what they are, but maybe there isn't as many as we think, or maybe he's just not looking. I mean, it doesn't sound like he's actively looking. And if you're not looking for something, my God, how many times have you been looking for an item in your house? You've passed it for weeks and noticed it and thought about it. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is, until you're looking for it. So I guess that was a bad analogy, because that means if you're not looking, you usually see everything. But I will also say that you disregard things until you need them, or until you're actively looking for them, and then they're impossible to find. So I don't know. Maybe he is actively looking, and that's the problem. It's hard to say. But at any rate, that's his opinion, and God bless him. It's his choice. He doesn't have to believe. Nobody has to believe anything. But, I would love for him to see something, because I think he's the kind of guy that could really move the needle and start, directing some emphasis towards this, so we can all maybe get a better grasp on what the hell's going on. But anyway, that's the first article of the night. Hope you guys found that entertaining, or at least informative. Mr. Elon Musk, here we go. This is, I don't know. I mean, these kind of stories are subjective at best, and maybe there's something to them. Maybe there isn't. I guess we'll just go into it, and you guys can be the judge. I have my own personal opinions of this, but at any rate, here it is. The next article from unexplained-mysteries.com. The extraterrestrial files, UFO whistleblower, angels in the Bible may have been alien visitors. I will say that some of the descriptions in the Bible of angels are absolutely sounding horrifying. They're like these, these circles of eyes, and orbs of eyes everywhere. Thousands of eyes looking all directions and stuff. And it's like, oh my God. That's something, almost seems like something out of like a Lovecraft novel or something. It's just really, really intensely bizarre. I like the idea of angels looking like that. That's the kind of angel I want to see. That one right there. That's beautiful. That's charming, and it's warm and nice. But if I saw a bunch of freaking eyeballs attached to hubcaps, I think that I'd lose the plot on that one, dude. But anyway, let's see what this says. UFO whistleblower, aliens in the Bible may have been alien, or angels in the Bible may have been alien visitors. Possible. I mean, is it impossible? No. Is it possible? Sure. We don't understand the nature of these quote unquote visitors. I mean, they could be energetic, more spiritual in nature than physical. It's hard to say. Speaking on the Joe Rogan podcast recently, David Grush opened up on his thoughts about aliens and angels. Grush, who previously worked with the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and held top-level clearance at the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, entered the public eye back in 2023 when he made the startling claim that the U.S. government had long been in possession of intact and partially intact vehicles of non-human origin. Ooh. Yeah, I think that was the big talk for a long time. He later appeared at the subcommittee hearing on UFOs in the U.S. House of Representatives, where, citing extensive interviews with high-level intelligence officials, He maintained that non-human biologics have been found at some of these crash sites and claimed that people have been harmed or injured as a result of government efforts to conceal this information. Speaking to Joe Rogan on his podcast back at the end of December, Grush also made the startling claim concerning the origin of angels and other spiritual beings found in the historical religious texts and various world religions. He maintains that it's possible that early civilizations may not have been able to fully understand the nature and origin of extraterrestrial visitors, instead perceiving them as divine or spiritual messengers. Many historical accounts of encounters with such beings, such as stories of them descending from the sky bathed in light or delivering telepathic messages, mirror modern descriptions of encounters with UFOs or extraterrestrial entities. The consistencies found in such stories from different cultures, geographic regions, and time periods, he argues, adds credence to the idea of a common explanation for them all. His idea is certainly not a new one. Grush is by no means the first to associate ancient stories with alien visitors, but he is perhaps the first major whistleblower to float such a concept. Perhaps unsurprisingly, some religious groups have since come forward to criticize his comments, instead arguing that tales of angels are symbolic and rooted firmly in the theological tradition. Well, I don't think you could argue it either way, honestly. I mean, who knows, unless they come and say, look, I'm an angel of the Lord. Well, then I guess you trust it. I don't know. Or do you challenge it? I'm not sure what you do then. I don't know. Maybe you trust your gut. It's hard to say, but at any point, they could be extraterrestrial, or maybe some of them were in historical references. Maybe some of them aren't. Maybe they are strictly spiritual entities that are super powerful. I don't know. It's anybody's guess. I guess it's a matter of faith. What does your faith tell you? That's all you need to grab onto. Doesn't matter people's interpretations of this stuff. But it's an interesting take. Because again, some of the descriptions of angels from biblical references are almost horrifying, actually, almost horrifying. Maybe not really, but it doesn't sound like something you'd want to see hovering above you in a dark road. But to each his own. I don't know. Just some thoughts. Yes, but why make them look like that? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there you have it. So that's the second article. And we have, of course, more. What? There's more. Of course there's more. I didn't come with just two. I brought you three. This, I think, is very real. I think it's also, you hear of people, especially in some cultures, like I think it's more prominent in places like Japan, of people actually being able to marry like representations of some anime characters or something like that. Like people have married some weird stuff all over the world. But I think in Japan, there seems to be, I guess there's a real crisis over there with population concerns, because a lot of younger people just aren't dating. They're either devoted 100% to their work and don't have time for a real social life, so they just create one electronically or whatever. But I can see the next article becoming a huge problem, and especially with people that maybe aren't as prone to go out and create social connections, but they will fabricate social connections with things like AI, which brings us to this article. And, thank you, Ben from Oz. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, man. But let's check this out from unexplained-mysteries.com. I don't know how long this one is. Yeah, it's pretty long. I'll put a link in here, but I think this is truly something to be concerned about with some people, because not everybody's got a real solid grounding in reality. And I think a lot of people create their experience in maybe in a way that's not healthy. And they probably anthropomorphize a lot of things and project themselves into it and try to find meaning in that. And I think we do need each other. We do need relationships. We need, friendships and love and companionship and camaraderie of other people. Because I think that that's part of what helps to form our, a more stable worldview. Usually, unless you get yourself in a microcosm of weirdos, then you get what you get. But this is from the Science and Technology Files, the rise of AI psychosis. Can AI trigger or exacerbate mental illness? I can see exactly this becoming a huge problem, because it's easy to look at these AIs, and especially the ones that are out there that basically are simulating some kind of intimacy or relationship projection, and I could see people just surrendering that and just being like, yep. And you hear about people marrying dolls and simulations of people, guys that are marrying synthetic fabrications of a woman, and that's their wife. And I'm not trying to chuckle, but I don't know what to do with that, because that's really weird. But anyway, we'll read a part of this, and I'll put the link in the chat for you guys to peruse this article to the extent you wish to, I guess. As more and more of us come to rely on AI in our daily lives, a psychiatrist looks at the potential consequences. This is by Alexander Houdon. Artificial intelligence is increasingly woven into everyday life, from chatbots that offer companionship to algorithms that shape what we see online. But as generative AI, Gen AI, becomes more conversational, immersive, and emotionally responsive, clinicians are beginning to ask a difficult question. Can generative AI exacerbate or even trigger psychosis in vulnerable people? Well, hell, a cartoon can trigger psychosis in vulnerable people. You could put the Flintstones on for some people, and it'll, next thing you know, they're on a 5-state spree of some kind. I mean, there's some people that are dangling by a few threads, and that's about it. So yeah, you could mess up a lot of people with anything, really. Large language models and chatbots are widely accessible and often framed as supportive, empathic, or even therapeutic. For most users, these systems are helpful or, at worst, benign. But as of late, a number of media reports have described people experiencing psychotic symptoms in which ChatGPT figures prominently. Yeah, I've been seeing these videos of people with their tablet, and they're like asking these huge existential questions to a ChatGPT, and they're getting these, pretty impressive responses. But you got to understand, it's at the end of the day, it's an algorithm. It's still not organic thought, or, it can be deep and comprehensive, but it doesn't mean, well, ChatGPT said it, so it must be real. It's scary, that the things that people are putting stock in, like, well, ChatGPT is like God or something. It's like, no, it's not. But anyway, for a small but significant group, people with psychotic disorders or those at high risk, their interactions with generative AI may be far more complicated and dangerous, which raises urgent questions for clinicians. And it goes on how AI becomes part of delusional belief systems, the risk of validation without reality checks, what research tells us and what remains unclear, the ethical questions and clinical implications, bridging AI design and mental health care. So it's kind of a neat article. I do think this is something that needs to be monitored, because to approximate a human, with reactions, interactions, and, the ability to share ideas, I mean, everybody needs attention. So if where you're getting that from is from AI, I can see people just folding right into that and just being like, oh, this is my world now. This is AI world, and that's where I live. So I don't know. That's my take on it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a clinician or, psychiatrist, psychologist, or any of that. But I'm going to put the link to this in the chat, and you guys can read it and explore it as you will. But I think this could be a problem. I think, I'm not saying there's huge value in AI. I'm learning to use it so much more in developing my ideas, and it's been incredibly helpful. but some people are just not all there anyway. And then if you get them in a situation where it seems like they're the center of the universe for this algorithm, man, they're going to go right to Weird Town in a hurry. Hey, Mr. Sheldon Thomas.
Hello.
What do you think about this whole AI stuff? Do you think it's dangerous?
It's just like any other tool and any other thing in our lives. An over-reliance and overuse of anything is bad for you. So I think if we rely too much on something, then it's being abused. And kind of like with God, like it's getting to the point where every video I see of something crazy or amazing, I'm sitting there wondering, is this AI though? I'm like looking for little artifacts and little things I can look at and maybe be able to tell. It's I don't like it. I'm not a big fan with AI videos and AI technology in that sense, because now I don't even know what's real anymore.
Yeah.
It's just getting so much better and better and better.
Yeah, or worse, depending on your point of view. Now, me personally, I've really gleaned a lot of benefit from it, but I'm not substituting a part of my psychology to it. It's like a great sounding board and a great, developing ideas tool for me. Like, it's been invaluable, and especially for the creatives, like the thumbnails for the shows. I just feed an idea in the AI and it goes, and there it is. It's like, wow, I look brilliant. And so it's great, but and again, it can be an incredible tool like that. Like, you don't have to pay it anything. It doesn't work overtime. You got to maybe have a subscription, but, and it has a world of information available to it. So the benefits are really clear there, but I think once you approximate that or you confuse that with, a real organic interaction, and you start becoming emotionally invested in it. And I can see people doing that. I can see people falling into that in a hurry, just because there's a lot of lonely people out there. They need some kind of connection. And I don't know. Go ahead.
I think there was someone who married an AI person, like an AI.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Program.
I was just talking about Japan. How people, marry, fabrications of like anime characters and stuff over there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that strangeness going on, where people still want that connection, and they just want to celebrate it where they are. It's to each their own, I guess, but I don't think that that's healthy. I do think we still need organic interactions. We all need to have the friend we laugh our heads off with, and we all need to have the friend that we sit down and have heart to hearts with, and we all need that friend that kind of rubs us a little wrong, but it challenges us, and I think all of those things are good for our overall social dynamic. Like, we develop into probably better people as a result of these interactions with other people. And I'm not saying there's no merit to having interactions with with an algorithmic AI, generative AI type of model. I think that there can be, but I think if that's your only connection, then you're going to go into a deep pool of problem potentially.
Well, yeah, because when you're chatting with ChatGPT and other AI chat like that, you need that challenge. Like, it's kind. I mean, when you do talk to them, it's kind of like a yes man next to you. It's kind of just reinforcing your own ideas that you believe anyway. You need that challenge.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't be where I was, like, mentally and developmentally, if I didn't have that kind of challenge to challenge my ideas, challenge what I thought and I believed. I need that. I don't need yes programs.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I have noticed with like ChatGPT is it has a I don't know, it's almost like a setting that whatever you tell it, it'll like agree with you.
Yep.
And I'm trying to mold it a little bit to like push back and because it's like, I'm not that smart. I know I'm not that smart, so everything I'm saying is not as brilliant as this thing's trying to make it sound. And I've had conversations with it, like, I need you to push back because I need you to be a sounding board for these ideas. And if you know of best practices that might give us a better angle or approach, and so it's been really kind of cool because hopefully I'm developing an interaction that can help both myself and the show. That's always been my approach, but you do have to watch it because it'll put in bad information, it'll put in wrong information and treat it like it's gospel unless you challenge it. Because I've caught it a few times throwing stuff in there. It's like, wait, what? There was one time I was doing a promotional read for this company, and it was a online company. Mm-hmm. And I was just saying, utilizing these guidelines, because I'd written a few, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't really hit hard. It doesn't really, punch the way I want it to and be impactful. So I fed the outline, the requirements from the company into ChatGPT. And it came up with this thing about this, how you could get this gift of a meteorite necklace for your loved one. And I was like reading that. I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. And I went to the catalog and I looked, that necklace doesn't exist.
Oh,
I'm like, oh my God. If I would have just been, oh, there we are, they're done. I'd have been screwed because I'd have been misrepresenting their entire company with products they don't have. I was like, I'm like Fred Flintstone putting both feet down, like, wait a minute. Yeah. So anyway, just interesting stuff. I think, like with anything, ladies and gentlemen, anytime a new technology is introduced into our world, we do the whole fulcrum thing, or the pendulum swing, where it's like, oh, it's brand new, and everybody goes nuts and crazy, and everything goes out of balance. Like you have, people that are like stay-at-home mothers and fathers that are spending time on chat rooms rather than watching their kids that are like eating Drano behind you, because they're just so into this new experience. And then it goes the other way where it's like, well, you're not utilizing the things that you have to help make things better. And so we kind of do this back and forth. Hopefully we'll find an equilibrium with it and it'll be okay. I mean, I think you got to look at this stuff with caution and you got to be careful because it is new and there's a lot we don't know about how it will affect us and our world. But I think it can be an incredible tool and stands to benefit us in incredible ways, but I think you got to be careful. So just my 2 cents for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been Da News, and I think we covered Da News pretty well. What do you think, Sheldon?
I made it just in time for the end of it.
You did. It's a nice shirt, by the way. What do you got cooking there?
A nice shirt.
Well, it's nice that you wear a nice shirt.
Yeah,
you're dressing up for the shows now? Wow, that's cool.
Actually, yeah. Have you ever? I think this is the first time this has happened. Have you ever like shaved, and then like one of your whiskers ends up being a splinter in your skin?
No, I don't recall that happening to me, but I will tell you that I have really coarse hair. Like all my hair is really thick and coarse. And yeah. I've had people that have cut my hair said, "Oh my God, your hair is just a real problem because it's like straw." And I guess my hair likes to dig into people's skin as they're cutting it. So no, I haven't personally, but I've heard of that. Yes. Did you have that happen? Is that where we're going with this?
I did. Yeah, I had that happen today. Yeah, there's a splinter in my thumb, and it's one of my hairs.
Oh no.
It's one of my whiskers.
Yeah, that's a little brutal. Okay.
Yeah, but we're doing good otherwise, got my bottled Mexican Coke with me, Just
life is good. Yeah.
Life is good. It's a Friday.
Okay, moving on, folks.
Bottled Coke.
All right, let's get back to the rest of the show.
From every corner of the world, this is the moment everything changes. Breaking developments, global impact, real-time urgency. This is Paranormal Portal News, the most trusted news.
Yeah, that's a brand new one from Wes. It's a kind of a placeholder because he's working on another one. He sent another one over that's Brent is a porcupine. Yeah, I might be. I'm all kinds of a prick. I'm just saying.
God. Oh my God.
Thank you. But Wes and I have been throwing ideas back and forth, and he's currently building a different one. He says, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited to see it.
Ooh,
but yeah,
me too.
Yep. Don't shave, go man, said Ben.
Yeah, I
Go. Oh,
it gets itchy. It gets itchy.
Yeah, you do have a pretty thick beard too. You could pull a full beard, couldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. I could pull a full beard even when I was like 13, 14. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I hate to say it, but I think it came from your mom because I still can't grow a full beard. And your mom's like, "Oh, you dick." No, it's not the way I mean it, but it's from
good thing she ain't watching.
I know.
Hey, that's a good idea, Rachel. Actually, duct tape. Yeah, might grab it. You're right. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Well, there you go. She gets it right. There's a reason she's got that name. All right.
Always getting it right.
All right. So anyway, no, just for the record, Sheldon's mom is not a Yeti.
No, not that I know of. No.
Nope.
It would make a lot of sense from a chair have, but yeah, no.
She's a lovely soul. Absolutely. No. All right. So we're going to get to the next part of the show, which is actually an article that I pulled up. And this one is OOPArts. Sheldon, you know about OOPArts, right?
No.
Out of place.
That's new.
Out of place artifacts. Things that
sounds familiar.
Yeah, we've covered it before. But the term might not be familiar with it. But it's basically when things are found, like, again, I'm going to repeat it again because it's my favorite example. But when they're excavating mastodon skulls in this riverbank in some country, they started they found a piece of machined aluminum that should not have existed around the same time these mastodons fell into this muck and became fossilized. Sheldon.
Say it again.
So glad you could make it.
Sorry, Philip was saying, is Sheldon dad a Yeti?
No, that would be me. And so far, I'm not a Yeti. I am Sheldon's dad. Sheldon is the big branch in my personal family tree.
Yeah, that's my dad right there.
I almost said Christmas tree. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. I'm a little late on that one. But anyway, so that's what OOPArts are when they're finding machined aluminum alongside mastodon skulls as they're excavating fossils.
Machined aluminum?
Yeah. Yep, that's one of them. It may come up in this list that we've got here, and this is from Listverse, and this has been a cool site too. I've used it throughout the years here and there. They've just got lists about everything, so check out listverse.com, ladies and gentlemen. This one's from 2007. Looks like October 1st. Top 10 out-of-place artifacts. You got it. And let's check it out. Let me see if it's framed up right. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not too bad. Move it over a little bit. There we go. Right there. Okay. So here we are. Let's check out this article from Jamie Frater. And again, this is from 2007. It's a little dated, but still. This stuff is always evergreen. Here we go. Out-of-place artifact is an object that exists in a place in which it is impossible for it to exist. OOPArts are often of interest to creationists and others who seek evidence that may refute the theory of evolution. Well, I don't think that that's always the case. But they're also used to support religious descriptions of prehistory, ancient astronaut theories, or the notion of vanished civilizations. I think that's fair. That possess knowledge of technology more advanced than our own. This is a list of the top 10 out-of-place artifacts. So the first one on their number 10 is the Baigong pipes, and I think this is China. The Baigong pipes are a series of pipe-like features found on... Oh, this is actually... What I should have done is this. This is actually part of this new segment, ladies and gentlemen, and it's called... Freaky Phenomena. Freaky.
Was that freak? Did you? Oh, that's where that thumbnail came from. That is so cool.
What?
The freaky phenomena thing with the time people.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was so. I saw that on your Wednesday show, that thumbnail, and I was like, oh my God, that's really cool.
Oh, it was on the Wednesday. Oh, yeah. Very similar. Yep.
Yeah.
So, freaky phenomena. These are the Baigong pipes. A series of pipe-like features found on or near Mount Baigong, about 40 kilometers southeast of the city of Dalinga, in the Haixi Mongol and Tibetan Autonomous Prefecture, Qinghai Province, China. I can't believe I pronounced any of that. I don't know what's going on.
You did? Wow.
Wow, I know. I might be absolutely wrong on every one of them, but at least I made it sound good. The Baigong pipes are reported to be associated with a pyramid about 50 to 60 meters or 160 to 200 feet high built on Mount Baigong. The front of the pyramid is reported to contain 3 caves. The mouths of the 2 smaller caves have collapsed. Only the largest cave, which is 6 meters or 18 feet high, can be entered. 2 Baigong pipes have been reported from the largest cave. One of these is described as being 40 centimeters or 16 inches in diameter and preserved as a reddish-brown half pipe. Within the same cave, another pipe-like feature of similar diameter was found. Dozens of upright pipe-like features about 10 to 40 centimeters or 4 to 16 inches in diameter were also found protruding from Mount Baigong above the largest cave. So there you go. These pipes, ancient pipes. Cool, right?
Wow. That's crazy, actually.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if this is actual picture, but yeah.
See, this almost this kind of thing makes me think of that subject we were talking about of like other eras.
Yes.
Of humans, that were just lost with time.
Right. Like there's resets that happen.
Yeah, like the resets. That's what it was.
I think so too. So this one I'm not going to even have a snowball's chance in hell of pronouncing. But
yeah, good luck. Oh my God.
I'm going to call it the Tekaxic head. And I'm going to screw that last word completely. Tekaxic head. I don't even know if that's right. The Tekaxic head is a terracotta head, probably originally part of a larger figure discovered in 1933 in the pre-Columbian grave goods in the Tekaxic zone of the Toluca Valley, approximately 65 kilometers west of Mexico City. Because of the head's non-Amerind facial features, including a beard and its unusual style, some believe that it is of Roman origin and thus evidence of pre-Columbian transoceanic contact. The site where the head was found seems to be a genuine pre-colonial site, undisturbed during the colonial period. A thermoluminescence test performed in 1995 by P. Schaaf and G.A. Wagner in the FS Arc. Why do they have so many big-ass words? Archaeometry unit in Heidelberg, Germany, established its age between the 9th century BC and the middle of the 13th century AD. That's a pretty huge swath, though. Jeez. Well, hello there. Someone on my right. Very interesting. So
that's a huge range, though. My Lord.
Yeah, that's like a 1,300 years almost, right? 9th century BC to the 13th century AD.
I know that's
like 12,000 or 12,000 years, right? Or 1,200 years.
1,200.
Yeah, 1,200 years. Yeah. That's a huge window. And that's a pre-colonial artifact. Bernard Andrea of the German Institute of Archaeology in Rome, Italy, confirmed the style as Roman and proposed the 2nd century AD as datation. What the hell is datation? Man, I need a thesaurus and dictionary to even read this. Based on the hairstyle and of the beard. So there you can see this is a little face, some real scraggly hair, and some kind of top hat or something cooking up here. But there's a full beard, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't match the pre-America's indigenous people. Here's the Star Child skull. This one's been very controversial for a long time. And this was one I think that even what's his name? Everything You Know Is Wrong. What's his name?
I don't remember.
I can't remember it either. God, I feel so stupid because I love his work.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Star Child skull is an abnormal human-like skull which is found in Mexico, and its origin and nature are contested by scientists and paranormal enthusiasts. The Star Child skull came into the possession of Lloyd Pye. There it is, Lloyd Pye. Yeah, a writer and lecturer in the field of alternative knowledge. In February 1999, according to Pye, the skull was found around 1930 in a mine tunnel about 100 miles or 200 kilometers south of the Mexican city of Chihuahua, buried alongside a normal human skeleton which was exposed and lying supine or face up on the surface of the tunnel. The skull, the reason I know that is because of massage therapy back in the day. Yeah, prone and supine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Face down or face up in retrospect. The skull is abnormal in several aspects. A dentist determined that it was a child's skull due to unerupted teeth being impacted in the associated upper right maxilla found with the skull. However, the volume of the interior of the child's skull is 1,600 cubic centimeters, which is 200 centimeters larger than the average adult's brain, and 400 centimeters larger than an adult of the same approximate size. The orbits are oval and shallow, with the optic nerve canal situated at the bottom of the orbit instead of at the back. There are no frontal sinuses. The back of the skull is flattened, but not by artificial means. The skull consists of calcium hypoxyapatite, and the normal material of mammalian bone, but there is an overload of collagen in it, meaning much more than is usual for a human bone. Carbon-14 dating was performed twice, the first on the normal human skull in the University of California, Riverside in 1999, and on the Star Child skull in 2004 at Beta Analytic in Miami, the largest radiocarbon dating laboratory in the world. Both independent tests gave results of 900 years, plus or minus 40 years, since death. DNA testing at Trace Genetics in 2003 recovered mitochondrial DNA and determined that the child had a human mother, though it was not the child. It was not the child of the skull found with it. Okay, so the skull found with it was not actually a human mother. Here's the aluminum piece right here, Sheldon.
Okay. The
aluminum wedge of Ayud. The aluminum wedge of Ayud is also known as the object of Ayud. Is a wedge-shaped object found 2 kilometers east of Ayud in Romania at the banks of the Mureș River in 1974. According to an article written by Bokzor Losif, a contributor to the Hungarian paranormal magazines, it was found under 35 feet of sand and alongside 2 mastodon bones. His article also claims it was found in 1973 for three reasons. Some claim the wedge is proof that aliens came to visit Earth in the past. An unnamed aeronautical engineer said it resembled the foot of landing gear, not unlike the current space vehicles at the time, only smaller, and this was corroborated by Florin Georgita, a known ufologist in Romania. The fact that it was found in the same layer as mastodon bones, assuming it was found in its original context, would make it at least 11,000 years old. The third reason people believe that this was from an alien ship was because aluminum was not even discovered until 1808 and could not be produced in mass until 1885. Therefore, because it looks like landing gear, it was found with mastodon bones, and the oxide dated to at least 300 years old before aluminum on Earth. It was from an alien spaceship. Most scientists believe the wedge was made here on Earth, and its purpose is just not yet identified. Not much information is to be found on this subject. The lack of data can be possibly explained by the imposed restrictions on archaeology and history by the communist rule of the time. Aluminum requires 1,000 degrees of heat to be produced. The aluminum wedge of Ayud remains a mystery. What happened? What is all this green I'm seeing? T-bone!
Oh, my Lord.
T-bone.
Whoa.
T-Bone.
Right.
Rolling deep, brother. Rolling deep. T-Bone gifted 10. Oh, my God. What an animal. Thank you, brother. I
My
appreciate
Lord.
that.
Yeah.
All right, who got him? Scott J got one. Amanda's Crazy Life channel got a membership. Rockin' Rory got one. Rich Sykes got one. Judy Wheeler got one. D-Rock got one, as did Deuce Bravo. I like that name, Deuce Bravo. It sounds like a detective or something. Now for the exploits of Deuce Bravo. All right, Gods, Guns, and Ammo got one.
I like that name.
Well, it wasn't Gods, it was God. Sorry, I mispronounced that.
God Guns.
Diane Bowes got one. Stacy got one. Good. Congratulations to all 10 of you. You are now month-long members of the channel, and thank you, T-Bone. You keep things magical around here. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate all that. That's amazing. Very cool. Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Just amazing. Amazing. So, that's
11,000 years old.
What do you-
old. My Lord.
right. It's aluminum. It's machined. It's like what? And there's the picture. So it couldn't be just naturally forming deposit of aluminum because there is no such thing. There's no natural aluminum deposits because aluminum is manufactured. It's not a naturally existing mineral in and of itself.
Yeah.
So,
That's crazy.
right? Did you know that before today?
No, I did not.
There you go. And expanding your horizons.
I don't know. When I think of a reset event, I would think it'd be way further back than 11,000 years ago. So
Well,
I would have to lean more to their theory.
to the what theory?
Theirs.
Who's done the article?
Alien spacecraft, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Certainly could be. But I don't know how old mastodon bones should be. But I guess 11,000 years, apparently. But that's still a long time ago for something that was, invented in 1800s.
Oh, massively, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's an interesting one. All right, here we go. The Kozo artifact. I don't know about this one. I don't remember this one. The Kozo artifact is a spark plug found encased in a lump of hard clay or rock on February 13th, 1961 by Wallace Lane, Virginia Mackey, and Mike Mikesell. His name is Mike Mikesell. Wow. While they were, what were the parents thinking? Well, Mr. and Mrs. Mikesell, what's your kid's name? Mike.
They thought it was funny.
It's like a rap name. Yo, Mike Mikesell here representing. All right, they were fossicking for geodes. I don't know what fossicking is, but I guess that's looking for geodes. Near the town of Olancha, California. Following its collection, Mikesell destroyed a diamond-edged blade cutting through the rock containing the artifact and discovered the item. Virginia Maxey, one of the people who discovered it, speculated at different times that this artifact was either 100 or 500,000 years old, as noted by Stromberg and Heinrich. Mrs. Maxey failed to provide either any specific information or verifiable citation about either the dating technique or evidence used in calculating either date. The origin of the artifact has been the cause of much speculation. Pseudoscientific suggestions include an ancient advanced civilization such as Atlantis, prehistoric extraterrestrial visitors to Earth, and human time travelers from the future leaving or losing the artifact during a visit to the past. I hope the time machines don't run on spark plugs. I hope if we're lobbing time machines back, we're not using something running on spark plugs. I'm just saying. It does. I would say that it's also possible that these are just time dilations. Things might just fall through wherever the time bubble appears. Things might get trapped in a different time period. I don't. Again, if time is not this linear construct, but instead is this moment, this eternal moment that all things exist in, well, then it's maybe it's possible that there's some developments or diaphragms that open and close in this construct of time, where things can fall through, or people can experience different times, etc. One of my recent podcasts was people having time slips. And that's where they find themselves in some historical moments looking at people that have been around for hundreds of years. And so maybe in moments like that, things like a spark plug could get displaced through time and end up somewhere else. I don't know. It's just,
Well, hold up now. The thing that caught my ear here,
okay.
that they say they failed to provide either any specific information or verifiable citation about either the dating technique or evidence used.
Yes.
Why would you not provide that?
I don't
That's
know.
a little suspect.
Well, it's possible they didn't have it officially done, but we're just looking at the strata that it was found in, this clay rock, and just use that as an assumption of age. I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but could
I'm
be
a little skeptical.
Yeah, could be.
I will admit.
Now that's fair enough, because any of these you can be skeptical about. There's a lot of times these claims are made without a lot of certification or even testing to validate. So you gotta kind of take a lot of them on face value, but there's still a lot of questions.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's go to the Kensington Runestone. This one's pretty famous.
Oh, hold up.
What?
Chucky.
What?
Right, brings up a good point.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the bacteria theorem of time travel? If you go back in time, you'd kill everything with the advanced bacteria that are on you. If you go in the future, you'd be killed.
Maybe.
That's very true.
The question I would think would remain. I mean, certainly bacteria doesn't just magically infiltrate an entire environment. It's usually, most bacteriums are passed by contact. Most of them are passed by some kind of fluid exchange or some kind of opening in the skin. Like, a lot of bacteria are not like flesh-eating, bacteriums, but they are just aggressive bacteriums that some, like our bacteriums, the older people's bodies, from other times wouldn't know how to fight, but that they would still have to be actively exposed by some measure. And a lot of these stories of time slips, people find themselves for a few moments in a place, maybe even minutes, but they're not physically interacting with people. They might be verbally interacting, or at least, showing that they are there because the people react to them showing up, or they have to avoid, getting hit by a streetcar from, the late 1800s or something like that, things like that. But that it still requires the introduction of infection. Like, bacteria doesn't just go, hey, I'm here, I'm making everybody sick. It would still have to be able to survive long enough to infect a host, and then it could be, yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the Spanish influenza. Maybe that was a time slip. Who knows? I'm just saying.
Yeah, never know.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, some of these, like the maybe, I don't know about the Black Plague, but there's been pandemics that have happened throughout the course of our world, and what if those were an example of those? I'm just saying, just carrying bacteria simply by virtue of carrying it would not ensure, or even it would be still very unlikely that people would just suddenly become sick unless you were sitting there eating with them or coughing on them or something, in a way to put your body fluids on them, like a sneeze in a packed room. Well, then, yeah, you're probably going to screw the past. Yeah. But I think that's fascinating. I've never heard of that, but that's a fascinating discussion for sure, Chucky. And that's
Okay.
brilliant.
How about this? You go back in time 1,000 years when you're sick with the flu.
Oh yeah, then you're screwing up. Then there's the Spanish flu right there.
There you go.
That's how you get pandemics right there. Yeah, and it could be. I mean, the flu historically was devastating. It wasn't just the Spanish flu. There were several strains of flu that did the rounds and wiped out huge populations. Not necessarily global catastrophes, but not all of them anyway. But a few of them were truly catastrophic. In the amount of death they created. So
Well, I mean, that's why even in the 1800s, early American families had a lot of kids because some of them would pass away, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't a guarantee for sure that your kids were going to make it.
Yeah.
In fact, it was almost a numbers game. Like, let's have 15 kids because we need 3, you know? And so, and that's tragic. I mean, as a parent, I couldn't imagine that horror and pain, but maybe those people were just more used to it. Like, yeah, that's kind of common that people, you know, your children just wouldn't wake up from their little baby nap. And what a horrible thing, but true.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out the Kensington Runestone. This one looks interesting. Kensington Runestone is a roughly rectangular slab, not a slab of gray whack covered with runes on its face and side. Its origin and meaning have been disputed ever since it was found in 1898 near Kensington, Minnesota. Yeah, this is one that Mark Walters, had a few different series, but he does a lot of interesting archaeology, and he's a professor at one of the universities there. But he did a huge study on this, and he's got a whole levels upon levels of insight into this that suggest it's very, very real. It says laid. The ghost box said laid. L-A-I-D. Laid. Maybe the runestone was laid down when they found it. I don't know what that means, but somebody can translate that if you want. Scott Wolter. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. He's said some really interesting things about this through the years. I guess there's a huge story of cover up on this thing. Wow. It suggests that Scandinavian explorers reached the middle of North America in the 14th century. Its origin is uncertain, and opinions are divided as to its authenticity, with some, including renowned Minnesota geologist Newton Horace Winchell, suggesting it is an important medieval artifact, and others, including eminent runologists such as R.I. Page and James Knirk. How do you say that? K-N-I-R-K. Knirk? It's a Knirk, arguing the runestone is a hoax. The Kensington Runestone approaching a research question holistically in 2005, archaeologist Alice Beck Kehoe alluded to reports of contact between Native American populations and outsiders prior to the time of the runestone, which tend to validate the possibility of a 14th century Northern European Scandinavian expedition. The translation of both sides reads, face 8 Geats, South Swedes, and 22 Norwegians. On acquisition venture from Vinland, far to the west, we had traps by 2 shelters, 1 day's travel to the north from this stone. We were fishing one day after we came home, found 10 men red with blood and dead, AVM Ave Maria, deliver from evils. And the latter says, I have 10 men at the inland sea lake to look after our ship, 14 days travel from this wealth/property, year of our Lord 1362. Wow.
Whoa.
How about that?
Jeez.
Does sound like a placeholder, like they left a marker. Yep,
yeah.
That's cool. All right. I guess we might as well finish this one up. The Saqqara bird is the next one. This one I think is Egypt, but maybe not. The Saqqara bird is a bird-like artifact made of sycamore wood discovered during the 1891 excavation of the Padi-Ilmen tomb in Saqqara, Egypt. It dates back to at least 200 BC and is now housed in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. It has a wingspan of 7.2 inches and weighs 39.120 grams. The artifact has no beak, no holes for feathers, and 1 eye, and was painted to resemble a falcon without clear images and carving of feathers on the wings. Perhaps the most intriguing speculation is that the bird may show that an understanding of the principles of aviation existed many centuries before. Well, sure, you just got to look at birds and there's an understanding of aviation, right?
Yeah, that's not crazy.
Yeah, exactly. The ancient Egyptians had knowledge to some extent of sail construction, since the 5.6-inch long object closely resembles a model airplane. It's been led one Egyptologist, Khalil Messiah, and others to speculate that the ancient Egyptians developed the first aircraft. Messiah, who was the first to argue that the model did not represent a bird, wrote in 1983 that it represents a diminutive of an original monoplane still present in Saqqara. Interesting. Here's the Antikythera mechanism. This is,
oh, yeah.
You've heard, I think most everybody's heard of this one. This is a really big find. The Antikythera mechanism is believed to be an ancient mechanical calculator, also described as a mechanical computer designed to calculate astronomical positions. It was discovered in the Antikythera wreck off the Greek island of Antikythera between Kythera and Crete, and has been dated about 150 to 100 BC. And it's especially notable for being a technological artifact with no known predecessor or successor. Other machines using this technology of such complexity would not appear until the 18th century, while a century of research is finally answering the question of what the mechanism did. We are actually no nearer to answering the question for what it was, or what it was for.
Ooh. Yeah, that's right, 150 BC. Oh my God.
Right. Here's a cool one, the Dendera light. So the Dendera light comprises 3 stone reliefs, one single and a double representation, in the Hathor temple at the Dendera temple complex located in Egypt. The images are interpreted by traditional Egyptologists to depicting lotus flowers spawning a snake, representing aspects of Egyptian mythology. Controversy arose when the main object of the images was interpreted by some as electric lamps based on composition of modern devices. These individuals believe the object may be electric lamps. Engineers have constructed a working model based on the reliefs, and some authors, such as Peter Crossa and Reinhard Habeck, have produced a basic theory of the device's operation. Sure, because there was already existence of these things, which were the Baghdad batteries.
Baghdad battery?
Yeah, ancient batteries that were discovered.
What?
Yeah. The Baghdad battery was discovered in the village of Kuyut Rabua near Baghdad, Iraq, in 1936. These artifacts came to wider attention in 1938 when Wilhelm Koenig, the German director of the National Museum of Iraq, found the objects in the museum's collections, and in 1940, having returned to Berlin due to illness, published a paper speculating that they may have been galvanic cells, perhaps used for electroplating gold onto silver objects. The artifacts consist of, about 130 millimeters or 5 inches tall terracotta jars with 1.5 inch mouth, containing a copper cylinder made of rolled up copper sheet, which houses a single iron rod. At the top, the iron rod is isolated from the copper by asphalt plugs or stoppers, and both rod and cylinder fit snugly inside the opening of the jar, which bulges outward towards the middle, reverse hourglass shape. On Mythbusters, the 29th episode, which aired on March 23, 2005, the Baghdad battery myth was put to the test. 10 handmade terracotta jars were fitted to act as batteries. Lemon juice was chosen as the electrolyte to activate the electrochemical reaction between the copper and iron. Oddly enough, it was discovered that a single lemon produced more voltage than one of the batteries. When all of the batteries were linked together in a series, they produced upwards of 4 volts. And then the major question was, what were these ancient batteries used for? Very interesting. There you have it. Pretty cool, huh?
The scenario that was put in my head is it seems like a time traveler was trying to go back.
Yeah.
Trying to make batteries.
Yeah, I'm going to invent batteries and move this forward. Yeah, very cool.
Wow.
I just think it's interesting. Again, I think things like the Baghdad battery are maybe not really out of place. It's just undiscovered history that we really haven't really come to terms with the things that our ancient predecessors actually did know. We relegate them to, a bunch of people rolling around carts with produce and, doing battles and stuff, but we don't really give much of a nod to their potential developments in sciences outside of, basic astronomy and alchemy or some other version of it. But anyway.
God, I do wonder how much history has been lost. Like I don't know what I don't know, and that's what I want to know.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing was if the Library of Alexandria had survived,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of
we
too.
would have all of these ancient texts that probably catalog all of these developments throughout the world at that time, and we would and their histories, the histories that they almost forgot but wrote down, and that we will never know. You know, who knows what things were recorded in the Library of Alexandria that have been just lost at the time, and I'm sure it's enormous.
Who destroyed the library?
I think it was Nero. It was one of the Roman emperors, I think.
Idiot.
Yeah, just burned all of that old knowledge. Yeah. If I'm remembering correctly, somebody in the chat will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was it was Romans, yeah. SGFT says Romans, yeah.
God, why?
I don't know. I don't know, unless they just wanted to be the authority on all things. You know, and it was probably the motivation, was that Rome was really good at making itself the center of the universe, and they didn't like any other challenges to that. So,
God, the arrogance. Oh, disgusting.
Yes, it is. It's very disgusting. Total crime against humanity. Absolutely. But what would we know now? Or how far along would we be if those knowledges had never been lost to time? And how far ahead would we be from there at this point if we could have leaned on that and developed from that?
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
But the potential.
Yeah. And I'm sure pieces of it survived, obviously, like it went from different cultures that, survived around this and probably were handed down and such. But yeah, I think it's pretty amazing stuff. Lots of natural lightning harvesting with conductive stone and natural iron veins. Yeah, that could be too. Interesting, but it's all, I guess, relative, but very cool. And I hope you guys enjoyed that article. I think out of place artifacts are definitely a good inclusion for the new segment, Freaky Phenomena.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what, Sheldon?
Yes. It's time.
You know what it is?
I do.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for...
The hell is that?
Whoops. We're done with that one. I did the deep drop on that one. Sorry.
I like it.
2 stingers. I only meant for the what the hell is that to be on, but I forgot to shut off the Freaky Phenomena one. So we got a twofer on that one, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for What the Hell Is That? This is a segment where we showcase... Oh, there it is again. Jesus. I'm all over the map.
What is that?
What the hell is that? Segments that we showcase what is believed to be potential paranormal evidence or recordings. Could be photos, could be videos, could be audio. But the idea is that we're going to look over it as a group. And essentially, you guys in the chat are a very big part of this, because at the end of every piece of evidence that we showcase, I'm going to ask you, do you believe that what you've witnessed is actual representation of paranormal evidence, or do you think it's a bunch of crap? If you think it's real, give me a 1 in the chat. If you think it's crap, give me a 0 in the chat. And you guys get to weigh in. And then we'll discuss a little bit of it, whatever we have time for. But we're going to get to that now, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to start this journey.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. I wish that wasn't rewinding so much, but I'll have to go through that one a couple times. I got several videos. I've got actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things for us to go through, and we're going to do that now. So, hello, Car Juice. Good to see you over there on Rumble. Anybody else come in? Dog Digger, Big D? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know. All right. What was Barbara asking about there? Barbara, I wonder if that made a forensic reconstruction on the skull. Okay. I see. Barbara asked a question and Justin was trying to help her. Timbuktu has a huge ancient library. Oh, is that right, Rachel? I did not know that. That's cool. St. Catherine is a fake saint invented to replace celebration of Hypatia of Alexandria. Oh, interesting. See, I learn stuff from you guys all the time. You guys are so brilliant. What the heckins is that? Wizard Moon says, what the heckins is that? St. Cyril of Alexandria incited rumors that Hypatia was a sorceress. March 415 AD. She, the leader of the Great Library. Alexandria, Rome didn't like her. Oh, interesting, Phil.
Oh, God.
Yep.
It's witchcraft all over again.
Yeah. She turned me into a newt. Well, I got better. Everybody looks, he's a guy.
What is that from?
Monty Python.
Yeah, yep, that's right.
Search for the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we know she's a witch? Well, she turned me into a newt. Everybody looks at the guy. Well, I got better. Just like it was temporary. All right. We've got some videos here. Some of these are a little longer. I think they're good, though. Again, this isn't about badgering or hammering on these people that are posting it. A lot of these pages do reactions of these things, or they post it just for people to review and come to their own conclusions, and that's a good thing, I think, because I think we got to sharpen our chops and learn to identify as much as we can things that are obviously fake and things that might actually be real. This first one is a little bit longer, and I'm trying to figure out where it came from because oops.
It was in her room.
Dang it. Hold on. It was in her room.
It was in her room.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it so I can see who the hell posted this. It's from Dr. Scary on YouTube. Dr. Scary on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, is the poster of this video. I don't know if it's his video or their video, but it's the video we're going to play right now. And it starts out with a little girl like being freaked out and wanting her mommy to come into her room because she's seeing a scary man in her room. But you be the judge. Let's watch it. And I'm not making any certifications on this. I did watch this one because I was kind of curious with the subject matter. Whenever it deals with kids, I get real interested and concerned. So that's never good when something targets a child. But anyway, let's take a look at it and see what you guys think. Here's the video from Dr. Scary on YouTube. Please support that channel. Go check them out. Go see all the other stuff they posted as well. Here it is. The first one.
Believed her. Jessica was recording her daughter after she told her that there was a strange guy in her room.
What guy?
The guy.
The guy is at the door.
Isn't that just heartbreaking, though? You got a little girl, it's like, the guy. She's not really obviously extraordinarily verbal. She might have a decent vocabulary, but she's obviously not happy about something. Like she's very perplexed or stressed because she's seeing something. So the mom is listening to her, which is good. It's not just, it's just your imagination. There's nothing in your room.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Let's check it out. And I'm not suggesting this has to be real. It may be, it may not be, but you be the judge.
Can we go together?
Yeah.
Do you want to open the door or you want mommy to open it?
I want mommy to open it.
Okay.
He's in there.
The guy?
He's in there. And she points to the house. And the mom says, the guy?
Yeah.
That little voice. Oh, little doll.
He's scary.
He's scary.
I'm scared.
Oh.
It's okay.
No.
Although Jessica was kind of creeped out by it, after looking in the room and finding no one, she chalked it up to her daughter's imagination.
How about putting a light on your kid's room, though?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Like, why not put a light on in there so the kid doesn't have to play in the dark? That might be a good start. I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. But, having your kid, go in your darkened room and play with your toys.
But a couple days later, Jessica would see something unexplainable in her daughter's room after attaching a doorbell camera to her playhouse. No one was in the room at the time, but something triggered the motion-activated camera. Then, this happened.
Someone's ringing the doorbell. Oh no. However, there is lights on now in the room, so that's a good start. Remember, this is on a Ring doorbell camera that's mounted to the little plastic door. And you can see it's now the door is moving. I'm probably going to get dicked because of this soundtrack, but anyway. All right, I'm just going to mute that. A droning noise is one thing, but when it starts sounding like a song, that's good. Watch the hair. See that? The hair was being pulled.
Something was ringing the doorbell while the door continued to open and close by itself. And at one point, the hair on the mannequin can be seen floating in the air before dropping down, as if something was holding it up. But that wasn't all. A few days later, the camera picked up a strange voice.
That's not good. Something chanting in your kid's room? No, hell no. Time to get the hell out.
Now, many people believe
Time to cleanse.
Yep.
that kids and animals can see things we can't. So was her daughter seeing someone or something that's supposed to be unseen? Or was it just her imagination?
Okay, so there you go. What are we seeing, guys? Are we seeing real paranormal event that was recorded in this house? Or are we seeing just a clever hoax? Give me a 1 if you think it's real. Give me a 0 if you think it's fake in the chats. And give me a decimal if you're wherever you're at with your belief on this. I'll let it continue to play. Whose birthday is it, Taz?
Yeah, I saw that too.
Whose birthday is it? Yeah, you're saying happy birthday to somebody. Okay, so we got some answers here. Chucky's all in on this one. So is Rachel. Forget the U-Haul. I'll buy new furniture, says Elaine. Aussie Boss Tiger gives this one a 1. Yeshua's a 1. Lori's all in. Sharon, not so much. Lenda's all in on this one. And yet another house built on the Indian graveyard. People never learn. Yeah, it could be. They're here. Yeah. 0.9 from John Temper, and he's almost all the way there. Andrew Gnomes Trucking's all in. Wizards, yep. Amanda's Crazy Life Channel, yep. I believe this one, says Patty Troy. Josie's all in. 0.5 from Karen Alberdang, author, illustrator BJ the Peer. Something picked up my hair twice yesterday while I was in my bathroom. Yeah, you did. You and I talked about that. That's crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah. Karen Alberding, 0.5. Pixie Ranger, 0.7. I can dig it as real, says David Barnes. And 1 from BJ. 1 from RJ. 0.75 from Penguin. Or Gemguin, sorry. 1, I'm with the kids, said D Oceans. Joanne's all in. Werewolf's all in. Taz, well, you said happy birthday in the chat. I didn't know who we were happy birthdaying in the chat, Taz. So I wasn't sure. You said it in the up in the older part. Okay, Ruthie's all in on this one. That's real. Brent, it is a good video, says Lori. 0.75 from Elaine. Larry and Shirley Bell. Oh, okay, very good. I didn't know that. Happy birthday to Larry and Shirley Bell, whose ever birthday it is.
Happy birthday.
Android Paranormal's all in. Very 1 says Standing Stones, 0.5. Shell Bell, 0.9. Or is it 9 or 0.9, Susie? Anyway, it looks like it's mostly all the way. 0.5 from Unknown and Werewolf 1. Bonnie Moore's giving it a 1. And what do we got over on Rumble? Car Juice is 1. Barbara Mora 1. Dog Digger 1. Justin Good Earth 1. Big D 1. Yeah, I think it's a good video. I think there's enough material there, and it seems to be happening over a period of time. And certainly, nothing being displayed here or being presented here would be outside of the realm of things we've heard 100 times before or 1,000 times before. So it's just they managed to catch some things on camera, which is very brilliant. So I think it could be real. I think it's very possibly a very disturbing event in that home. I don't know. I'd be fogging the hell out of that place with all kinds of stuff. I would be fumigating. Yep. Somebody should, they've got those bug bombs where you kind of just pull the tab and then you go shopping for an afternoon while your house is fumigated. Somebody should make stuff like that with frankincense and cedar and sage and sweetgrass. It just goes to town on your house while you're gone. And then leave a window open somewhere. It's like, get the hell out. Yeah. Somebody should invent those. That might be my $1 million idea, ladies and gentlemen. Cleansing cans.
Until it burns down a home.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not sure. Maybe here says Taz, I trust the kiddo and the doggy. Yeah, for sure. I think those are good indicators of activity. Always kids see stuff long before we do. There's no doubt. They experience the stuff pretty much in real time for a lot of cases. So very good video. Glad you guys weighed in on it. Thank you all for doing that. But there's more. What more? Well, let me tell you. There is more. Let me put a link to that last one. You guys can watch it at length. Again, that was Dr. Scary's channel.
RJ says, Brent, we can call it the spirit bomb.
Yeah. I was thinking that ghost bomb, actually, but spirit bomb I like better.
Yeah.
That's it. Somebody develop it. I just need a small percentile in perpetuity. Because, I watch Shark Tank, too.
Yeah, in perpetuity. That's right.
Perpetuity.
That's right.
Yep. Spirit Sage Bomb, just 66 at Costco. Yeah. That's got a pretty strong price point. That's a cheap ass bomb if that's what it costs. That's pretty good. All right. I'm still baked, says man from the West. Never saw that coming. All right. Anyway, let's go to the next one. The links are in the chats. If you guys want to watch that video yourselves, you sure can. I put the links there. This one looks pretty good. This is coming from freaky_face on YouTube. And don't pay as much attention to the first image. That's just kind of a placeholder or a thumbnail image that they put on the lead-in of their short. But I don't remember what this one was, but I pulled it up and thought it was worth your time. So let's hope I'm right. Here it is from, again, freaky_face on YouTube. Check out what they're doing too. God damn, I got something digging into my ass here. I think I got one of those flossers in my back pocket. Yeah. So anyway.
Thanks for letting us know. We needed to know that.
Well, believe me, I had to move quick because it was like, it's like a bumblebee stinger in my cheek. I was like, yeah. So anyway, I'm done
Thanks
sharing.
for the imagery.
Yeah. No, you're welcome. You're welcome. The imagination's a powerful tool.
It is.
Let's get to this one. This is, again, Freaky Face. 2 houses, 1 nightmare, it says. That's almost a weird...
2 houses, 1 nightmare.
Yeah, it's almost like a weird play on words for the
it is.
gross video that was going around about a decade ago.
Yep, never seen that. Never refusing to watch ever that. Yep, nope.
Me too. Yep. People are like, oh, you should check it out. I'm like, no, I shouldn't check it out. I never want to see that ever. After I was like, what the hell is that? And people started telling me what it was. It was like, I don't want to ever see that. Don't recommend that shit stuff to me. I was just like, what the hell's wrong with you people? All right. Anyway, side
no amount
story.
of money I can be paid.
No, you can't unsee something. You just got to deal with that in your head for the rest of your life. So Brent is wearing his Never a Straight Answer shirt. Yes, I am. I wore this to a conference. Speaking of that, I wore this to a conference, and actually, it was Phenomicon last year. And I went and sat at a table talking with, one person I knew, and the other lady was sitting there. I didn't know, but I was wearing this NASA shirt, and she goes, oh, you work for NASA too? I was like, no, it's just a shirt.
You work for NASA too.
Yeah, there's some lady that worked at NASA, had her whole career there, and she says she's still able to legally and by permission can check out the moon rocks from the actual moon landing.
What?
Yes, that's what she said. I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
I was like, I just came to say hi. But she seemed like a very nice lady. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, you can just buy these, right? They're available up there. You can just get them. So All right, let's check out this video and see what you guys think of this one. Here we go from freaky_face. Here it is.
To you first.
Hey guys, so someone commented in one of my videos, like the bronzer highlighter I use, and I use the Milani 05 Soleil.
So basically what's going on is this girl's doing like a makeup talk through on, I don't know if it was originally YouTube or TikTok or what. Looks, yeah, it says freaky_face right there as a watermark. I know it's not their video, but anyway, let's play it.
So I'm gonna try that on, and no.
I'm going to kill the sound a little bit. So she's out after that. Question is, obviously there's a lot we can't see. We can't see if somebody's laying down by the bed there and pulling things open and somebody off camera just flicking the light switch. We don't know. Could obviously be a setup. I don't think the acting is incredibly compelling, but you know, be your own judge on this. I don't know. It could be legitimate. It really could be, and I'm not saying don't think that it is. But it also, there's a lot of questions. Oh, this is one of those really long ones that has several things on it. Well, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, here's the video again. What do you think we're seeing here? I think the ghost was annoyed too. Yeah, he's like, oh God, not another freaking makeup tutorial. What the hell's wrong with you people? So he's like decided to really screw up her shots. She's so full of herself. It's all about foundation. Jesus. All right. What do you guys think? We got some votes coming in. All right. Here it is. Android Paranormal's all in on this one being real. Sharon Sunshine's not so convinced. Rachel gets it right, gives it a half. Werewolf, nope. Aussie Boss, Tiger, 0.5. Pixie Ranger, nope. We're kind of split here. That's okay. That's good. Yeah. Nonsense Fooey says John Temperin, could be worse. Phil says 1, says Yeshua. Author illustrator BJ Lapierre, 0.5. Ghost didn't like that makeup. Yeah, no kidding. 1 from Aussie, or Susie Wright, rather. I see a blonde girl. Yeah, that's not the ghost, though. 0 from Shell Bell. Carol Pax just laughing. 0.5 from Henry Dog. 0.5 from Wizard Moon. Tanya Taz over there says seems fake on Facebook. Yeah, it certainly could be faked very, very, very easily. 0, I've seen that reaction in every scary ghost movie ever. Yeah, fair enough, Jem. That's true. Ghost Critic, 0.5. Elaine Clifford, 0.5. BS, -9 from Lori. What do we got? Karen Alberding, nope. Lenda's 0.5. Hard to judge whether it's an influencer. Yeah, I don't know who this person is. It's probably somebody trying to be an influencer, but I hate that term, by the way, influencer. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But anyway, Amanda's Crazy Life, no offense for using it. I know it's common use, but it's just like, oh, I'm an influencer. It's like, no, you're not. You're an idiot with a channel. That's all you are. It's all
just like us.
All any of us are. Yeah,
that's what we are.
Don't blow up your validation. You don't mean something just because you managed to talk to people about makeup. Amanda's Crazy Life channel is giving this one a 1. Ghost, I would run 2, says Josie. Yeah, it could be. Joanne's not buying it. What do we got? 0.5 from Andrew Gnomes Trucking. And anybody else? 0.0 from the unknown. What do we got? Spam from Twitch. And that's it. So what do we got over in Rumble? Let's have a look. And this is a 0.5 from Barbara Mora, 0.5 from Dog Digger, 0.25 from Car Juice, 0.5 from Justin Goodearth. No shortage of idiots. Yeah, there isn't any. Okay. Unknown's wanting to go get some lipstick. Yeah, I mean, sure. Should moisturize. Definitely keep moisturized. Especially in this winter dryness. So there you go. That's the second one.
I don't know. It's just, it's the reaction. Like, you see something like that happen. There's no explanation to why it's happening. Yeah. Your first reaction, other than to look, obviously turning around to look, is to move directly over to it. Open it wide. I don't know. To me, I can't imagine like seeing that, knowing it's something really scary like that, and I mean, for me, I'd have a freeze response, like, whoa, backing away. I'm backing away from this. Not, I'm going to run over to it. I don't know. It just feels
I would
a
go
little unnatural to me, at least.
I would go check it out for sure. I'd be like, oh, let's go check that
right
out.
away.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Jeez.
What I do notice is there is a tell that I didn't notice until just now. Watch her eyes. She's looking down at this thing as she's rubbing it in, and then the door opens, and she stops moving her hand, but her eyes are still pointed down as she's looking down here. Then she looks up at the screen, and her mouth opens up a little bit. But she actually, it's almost like she projected a little bit there, but watch that. Watch for that, and let me know if you guys are seeing it too, or if that's just me, as this is just a tell that maybe it's not real. She's looking down, she's looking up. That started opening, and she actually paused. Like, she didn't pause when it first started opening, but she actually paused as she was looking down and then looked up again. Now, maybe she was just processing it, and that's how long it took for her to really register, oh my God, that door just opened. But, I mean, it could be legit. See how she was looking down there and then...
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did see that.
There's something about that. So watch her eyes again. Looking down, still brushing, then slowly looking up in 2 steps, and then looks back. And the way she looks back is like she doesn't know where to look. Well, she knows it's the closet door, right?
Yeah, she looks over to the side first.
Right, she looks over here first.
Unless she's trying to look with her eyes. Like she turned her eyes.
No, because she looked right over here. Like eye level was something here, and then turned all the way to look at the closet. So I think that might be a bit of a tell.
You're right. You're right.
Watch it again. When she glances over now, boom, and then she goes all the way. She turns all the way to the closet when she hears the slam, when the door slams, and then she jerks around. Like she didn't notice it before, but it's right on her screen. So I don't know.
True.
So something about...
It's weird. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, the light does go out too. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a tell. Yep.
Yeah, reverse camera she could see up. Exactly. Yep.
Yep.
She should be able to see behind her. Yep.
I mean, she's watching herself do this in her phone or whatever it is, or tablet. And then she looks like this off screen, and then the door slams, and then she's like, oh, what was that? Well, it should have been the door opening that she saw on camera that started it out. But I don't know. Just feels like a little bit staged to me.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Just my thoughts. Thank you, Joanne. Joanne says, good eye, Brent. Thank you. I got 2 of them.
That was good. Yeah, that was a good catch.
Thanks. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, do you guys want the link for these? I'm gonna just include the links over and over for these, because this way you guys can look at them in real. Some of you guys are watching on phones, and it makes it real hard to look at the details through the screens, and so this will give you the opportunity to check out the link yourself. RJ says, knowing me, I would have thrown my axe at the door. Yeah. Some great interior designing, I'm sure. All right, let's go to the next one. This is another fine example of paranormal. This one might have more to do with camera refreshes, I think, than it does with actually picking up ghostly activity. But you be the judge. I think this has to do with the refresh on security cameras, because this is not uncommon as much as you might think. But it could be legitimate as well. I don't know. You be the judge. Here it is. This has come from Bude Town Center. 2025 real ghost caught on camera. And let's bring it up onto the screen here. There we go. Here it is. Let's have a look. Holy Lord, is that shrill as hell.
Yeah.
There, look at that. The lights flash like somebody's using a key fob. The door opens, but it's like the figure's absolutely translucent. You can see through it. Sitting down in the car, and then off, and then back to there. So they're not showing what happens after it sits in the car, but it actually does open the car door, sit down, watch the suspension when it sits too. Now, you can't really see it dip from suspension. But the lights do flash like it's running a key fob, like unlock, the lights flash. My car does the same thing. Oh my God, screw that freaking phone.
Yeah.
So I think this actually has more to do with the refresh on some of these cameras. Depending on the cameras you have, they are not video cameras in a true sense. They're used to identify when people are on your property, what a basic description is that you can pass along. They're not meant for absolute identification, although if people are close enough to the camera, that can help. But this is somebody going to this car, opening it up, sitting down, and there you go. And then it pans down for some reason. Like, why pan down at that point?
That's what I was thinking. Why would you pan down there? Like, what?
Yeah.
That's irritating, actually.
So that's a red flag to me. It's like, okay, why pan down? Yeah, the figure is kind of ghostly there. You can see a shadow of the person. I think that has a lot to do with the refresh of the sensors. And you'll have to look into it, but if you look into the refresh of security camera sensors, they can make false ghosts all the time. This is not really, really uncommon. But at any rate, what do you guys think? I think the ghost was disturbed by that phone. I know I was and am. Why does it drop? Exactly. That's a great question. We're wondering too. Yeah, 0.5 from Dog Digger over on Rumble. Barbara Mora of 0.5 as well. It is curious that none of those frames really pick up the person except for some shadowy figure. It's very curious that it would be that many frames that it didn't refresh fully on. But I don't know. I mean, it's interacting physically. It's running the key fob to make the unlock thing happening. So, I mean, it could be something extraordinary, but it also could be just more to do with the mechanic of that camera and not really refreshing in a high enough frame rate to fill in all of the blanks as the motion's happening. Because the way those security cameras work is they refresh by zones where it detects motion. So it'll detect motion, it'll request that zone be refilled, but it may hold an image static from the other zones that were not affected by motion. There's something to do with that. And that's why you can get ghostly figures. This guy is in motion, so by the time it gets the trigger, refresh this, he's already almost moved out of the frame or has been moving out of the frame, so it never gets a full resolution shot of him to impose on it. It could be like that. So 0.5 over on Rumble. What do we got here in the YouTubes? Let's take a look.
Zero.
Huh? A lot of zeros.
A lot of zeros.
Yep. Okay. Looks like the dust is all stirred up too between it and the car. It looks AI. Yeah, I mean, it could be AI, but it does look like actual video footage of a security camera. All of these different bars would represent different cameras.
Yeah.
And the purple would be when it's probably detecting motion on these different cameras. And there's a timeline there. So this does look, what does that say? It says palm, P-A-L-M. Does that look like a palm there maybe on that truck?
Oh, kind of.
It says tree fella southwest. Tree fella southwest. Palm. Yeah. That's kind of tree. So I'm just saying. Yeah. All right, let's try to read some of these responses. We got Patty Troy, nope. Pile be a time traveler, Brent. Was that a DeLorean? Maybe, Ben. Sharon Sunshine, nope. Author B.J. Lapierre, nope. If refresh bugs are common, then that's what it is. SGF TBHEFT. You got to come up with a better name than that. I can't keep spitting out that acronym. Lori Gibbs, nope. Wizard Moon, nope. 0.1 from Werewolf, maybe. There's a chance. Joanne's halfway there. Josie, nope. Grandizer's halfway there. It's a bug or anomaly. Well, it's not a bug. It's definitely interacting with the car. The lights do flash. The door does open. And the person sits down. But, so it's not just an insect kind of thing. That's a trigger. But 0.5 from Linda. Rachel gets it right. 0. Andrew Gnome's Truckin' 0.5. 0 from Amanda. 0 from Shell Bell. 0.2 from Karen Alberding. It's an odd one, odd for sure. 1. You're giving it a 1, Taz? Like this is real evidence? Is that what you're saying? Or you're somewhere in the middle? You can use decimal points like 0.5. Either or. It's up to you. Susie Wright, nope. RJ Windwalker, nope. Good night, I'm off to bed, says Bonnie. Good night, Bonnie. Thanks for coming in. It's wonderful to see you. But yeah, that looks like the votes. Fair enough. Yeshua says nope. And Aussie Boss Tiger, nope. Brent, palm means to conceal, as in concealing what is going on. Yeah, I guess it could be. I never heard of palm being used that way, but that's interesting. Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's something to it. And it could be actual spiritual activity. It could be. But with mechanical things and what I've heard about security cameras, again, Occam's razor, the most simple explanation is probably the right one. And that would be the most simple explanation. Look, somebody's camera isn't refreshing really quickly, and you get ghost images. And they may get these ghost images all the time at night. So something to consider anyway. But there you have it. And then I've got 2 more. Good Lord. How are we doing for time? 58. I might save the last 2 for tomorrow night. That'll help me on tomorrow night's show. But Taz is in the middle on this one. Fair enough. But we are about out of time. I want to give you guys time to go over and check out Dave Scott on Spaced Out Radio, our good friend, Mr. Dave Scott. An incredible show over at youtube.com/spacedoutradio. Go support what he's doing over there. And
check it out.
Sheldon, anything in closing?
That's right, guys. Don't forget, as always, check out paranormalportal.net, the home base for the Paranormal Portal, where you can always stay up to date on new episodes, new podcasts, and share your very own story if you have one. Also, discord.gg/paranormalportal, where you can stay up to date on the community. All the community discussions, the tabs, the links, all in one place. Join up, join the community.
And Car Juice over in Rumble, and the last one says 0.5, tough one. Yeah, fair enough. It's been great seeing you guys. Thank you all for being part of the journey. Check your Discord messages. Brent set your new news intro. Okay.
Oh.
Got competing intros coming in now. But that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. You guys have been amazing, and just know that we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. Now head over to Spaced Out Radio. Check out Mr. Dave Scott and give him my love. I'll probably stop over as well. But until then, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Love you, mean it.